Okay, what is up, everybody? I know this is a very, very, very random video to make, but I'm gonna. I just. It's like 10 o'clock at night. I'm not tired, and I wanted to do something, so I decided to make a video. And, luckily, I got GameShare, and I can have, PS Plus, but for some reason I can't play For Honor, which is sad, because I like playing For Honor. But anyway, on to the. So this video is gonna be about types of girls, and I'm gonna be rating those types of girls, starting with bops. Okay, now you're probably wondering where in the heck did this come from? Whatever. I'm not gonna get into that. I'm gonna get into that. Well, actually, I already got into that. But anyway, bops. Okay, love them or hate them. They they kind of go for anyone, which this type of video is going to be for just in general. Just a general rating. Bops. Okay, now bops, it's kind of like a overarching name. Kind of like heavy metal, any type of song that has a guitar with a distorted riff is considered heavy, I guess. So I'm gonna go off of that, but not off of metal. But anyway, bops, they kind of go for literally anyone at all, and they're kind of like a canon event. You can't get away from them. They're gonna happen. You're gonna get with one girl, and she's gonna be like all into you, quote unquote, but then she's just gonna, be seeing every other dude on the side. And if you're that other dude, now it is kind of good. It does kind of feel good to be that, especially if that girl is the girlfriend to a guy you don't like. Now, I have experienced this, so I can talk about this. It feels amazing. Now, if you have that type of, I don't have this at all, but if you have that type of fetish where you want to do other dudes' girls, I mean, not good on you. I mean, if be like this. Okay, be like Dexter, where you methodically get the girl you want, and if you know she's a bop, and you know that a person you don't like is dating her, then good on you. Now, if the person you don't like is oh, everybody thinks they're cool, and, they don't have anything against them, then yeah, you're kind of the one in the wrong here. But, if you're not. I'm gonna stop yapping. Anyway, I'm gonna rate them. I'm gonna say probably a 5 out of 10, because they do have their downsides where they're literally for anyone, where they could just lie and say that, oh, you're my only friend with benefit, something like that. They could just lie and say something like that. It is very easy to fall for these people. Very easy. They're very manipulative, because at the end of the day, all they want is just a good old D supplier. I can't say that on YouTube. All they need is that. So, on to the second category, easy girls. Now, you may be asking, how isn't this the same exact thing as a bop? No, it is not. This is the early stage of a bop. This is where their training arc of being a bop comes from. It goes either two ways. They're going to be loyal. They're going to be the best girl you've ever been with. Or they're going to be like, dang, I can get this much attention from one dude. What about 50 other dudes? And that's where they turn into bops. Now, if you get the easy girl, I know this is not normally the definition of it. It's my definition of it, so I guess take it out of you like. Now, they do come in all shapes and sizes, where they could be Gorloks or they could be anorexic. It goes either way. But I'm going to rate them probably a 7.3. I know, it's an odd number, very odd number, not even whatsoever. And I chose that because it's hard to rate them. Because it's kind of like before they turn into bops. Before they, you know, it's hard to rate it. It's kind of like, they're kind of like how in a Telltale game, which is like a choice-based game, Butterfly Effect, you know, all that, where you are what defines their future, basically. And I know that may spark a few matches, being like, oh, what? How did I make them into a bop? If you're their first quote-unquote love, and all they know out of quote-unquote love is lust, they're going to treat every guy they meet like that. So, on to the next one. Gothic girls. Now, I'm going to say this. I have my own personal opinion about these. And I'm going to consider emos and goths and e-girls and all that type of stuff. Well, maybe not e-girls. I'll get into e-girls later. So, I'm going to consider goths and emos and all the type of dark clothing style of girls. I'm going to consider that into the same category. I know they're not the same, but I'm considering them the same into this because, you know. Anyway, so goths and emos. Emos mostly listen to metal, which I like. I like metal, like heavy metal, like that type of death. Like, hold up, I can't do it. I don't know if I could do it well on mic, but yeah, that's my best impression, I guess. But yeah, as I said, I have my own personal opinion about these. I'm gonna consider them a 9 because they can that one point goes away because they like to be dominant. Most of them like to be dominant. I'll say that. And also, most of them want to be considered as a goth because they know that most guys like goth girls. Most guys like goth girls. I'm just going to say that. If you're a girl watching this, I don't know why you're watching this. But if you're a girl watching this, most guys like goth girls because they're dark, they're different, they're misunderstood, you know. The type, all white, pale, oof, bang. I like it. Anyway, 9. E-girls, as I mentioned earlier, they are their own category. They're a little bit more. Most guys do like e-girls too. More guys like goth girls because not all dudes play video games. A lot of dudes do, but not all of them. But e-girls. So the type of girl you could hop on the game with, you could like do almost anything with. Now, e-girls, I will say, have to be the freakiest. I have experience with this. The freakiest. Well, actually, no. Bible verse girls are, because the Bible verse girls are, whew, something. So, e-girls. I would rate them a 6.5 because, again, if they're true e-girls, they're gonna want to stay inside like almost all the time. They're gonna want to stay inside and do, they're not gonna want to get out and go to you or whatnot. But if you don't like going outside a lot, then yeah, perfect for you. 6.5 because I like to go out. I like to do things. I don't like being cooped up in the house all the time playing video games. I used to. I used to say I would. I used to say I would want to do esports, but now I don't want to. But yeah, a 6.5 because it's breaking me off a little bit at that 3 point. I believe that's 3.5. Yeah, 3.5. It's breaking me off right there because I like doing stuff outside. I know that's very hard to believe for me playing Dead by Daylight. But, yeah. E-girls, 6.5. I don't have much experience with them. But, yeah, from what I do know, they can be as freaky as Bible verse girls. Because they have their fantasies, they play video games, they'd want you to cosplay as whatever. They'd want you to roleplay. That's the freakiness. But, yeah, on to the next category. Stoner girls. Now, I know I probably have a little bit of a bias towards them, or you may think I do, but I actually don't. I'm not biased with almost any of these except goths. I'll say that. Now, stoner girls. I was thinking about this. I took a solid minute to think about this, and I'm going to say they're not all that bad. Because, number one, I like doing it. If she likes doing it, that's an awesome thing because I wouldn't feel guilty. I wouldn't be like, oh dang, am I this much of a fiend? No, I wouldn't feel like that. I don't feel like that anyway. Well, not all the time. I kind of just embrace that I am a fiend. I am a fiend for it. But if she's a stoner, she definitely got that stuff on lockdown. She got it packed up, stacked up, caked up, whatever. She got it. And to which I'd say is honestly more attractive than, I don't know. Because if she's, number one, a stoner, number two, mildly attractive, that brings up the mildly, like mild being a 5, mid to a solid, probably a solid 8, but overall, I'd say honestly a 10. Because they ain't gonna go out and do much. They wouldn't have the brain capacity to do much anyway. And, you know, I'm one to say that if a girl cheats, it's whatever. But I'm going off in general. I'd say a 10. I'd say stoner girls are a 10, and you may be like, what the heck is this kind of bias? No bias. No bias. Open mind. I voiced it out in my head. There is no script for these videos. I do it. The only editing I do is just to cut the spaces in between me talking where I'm going like and then have a pause for like 5 seconds because I don't know what I'm saying. No, no. I seriously sat here and was thinking about it, and I was like, I'd say a solid 10, a solid 10, and not only because they got that stuff on lockdown and I like doing it. I'm a dang fiend. No, I say it because if they like doing it and they know they like doing it, and that's almost what they do most of the time, it'd be a pretty fun time for a solid like maybe month or two, and then they would go on a tolerance rank, whatever, and then they would be a normal girl if they do tolerance breaks. By the way, tolerance breaks are needed. They are definitely needed. Go on a tolerance break for till it gets out of your system. That's literally as long as it needs. So, I'm going to end it on this note. Actually, no, I'm not. I'm going to give a bonus section. Country girls. I know you probably didn't expect this, but I'm going to say this. Country girls, they they have a place, but not in my book. Not in mine. So, country girls, they get a solid 3 for me, but in general, they can be pretty cool. They can be pretty neat to, hang out with every now and then. Because all they do is outdoorsy stuff. And I kind of like that. I'm starting to like outdoorsy stuff. But most of them are either not going to be interested in my type of people or my type of personality. And I don't have a preference because I don't really, you know, I don't have a preference in that category. So instead of me rating them, I'm going to let whoever's watching this video, I'm going to let y'all rate this. I'm going to let y'all rate country girls in your book. If you're a girl, rate them. Rate how you think of them. And if you're a country girl, also rate yourself. Be like, oh yeah, I have some downside. Be open-minded about yourself. See it from a dude's, like an average guy's point of view. And with that note, I'm actually gonna say adios on that part. I mean, this video, I don't want to make it too long. So 20 minutes, about 20 minutes is pretty good for a video. So yeah, I guess that's it. Let me know if you want to see another one of these or another type of rating things. I do these on the spot, by the way. These aren't scripted whatsoever. I'm just like, oh, that seems interesting, and I go do it. I never write down anything. I don't put anything in the notes app. The only thing I put in the notes app is a Christmas list. That's like all I do. But other than that, I guess it's good. Sorry for yawning, but I guess that's good. I'm gonna let y'all rate country girls and whatnot, and actually put some thought into it. Or you just put a number and yeah. But tell me why you picked that number and everything. Yeah. I guess that's it. See ya.